have to say, Namibia has some of the best food I've ever had. I actually gained some weight during my trip because I would finish all of my meals and have some more. The portions were huge. I also think the food tastes pretty good because most of it is organic. A farmer told me that Namibia highly regulates its beef, so they don't use hormones because each single cow gets tested if it's up for sale. Namibians also eat a lot of game or wild animals. You can easily find oryx, eland, even zebra meat in supermarkets or restaurants. If you love meat or you love eating meat in general, Namibia should be on your travel list. Seafood is also very good, especially in the coastal towns like Swakopmund or Walvis Bay. I will start with the restaurants and then the more traditional foods. This is the hotel's restaurant where we stayed in Windhoek. The 10 Beggin Hotel. We booked the hotel with the breakfast included. The waffles were so good. They were definitely my favorite on the breakfast menu. Where's this Butcher's Block? Another fantastic place to eat at as well is the Butcher's Block. This is also in Windhoek. This place is just perfect, and if you go at a busy time, you will not get a seat because it gets packed. I went at a less busy time, that's why it looks empty. It was around 4 to 5-ish on a Monday, so I guess most people were still at work. The customer service was great, the prices were great, and the food was fantastic. Definitely one of the best restaurants I've ever been to. I liked how they have a lot of Namibian traditional foods with really good presentation. I hate it when I visit a city and when I go to a local high-rated restaurant, they only have a bunch of non-traditional foods. There's nothing wrong with that, but we should get a choice, and this restaurant gives you just that. Here I was actually having a starter, some kind of chicken liver stew and bread. When the main course came, I was already full. I didn't expect the portions to be this big. And I didn't think I was going to finish any of this, but I did. Next up, this was in Swakopmund. This restaurant is called the Farmhouse Deli. I highly recommend it. Again, another top-tier restaurant with really good prices. The food was fresh. Even the veggies tasted very fresh. I liked the plating as well. I ordered the oxtail and rice, but you can actually get game meat as well in this restaurant. Near the Farmhouse Deli restaurant, there's this other good one as well called the Ocean Cellar. The Ocean Cellar has a lot of good seafood dishes. They actually also have a sushi bar. So if you like sushi, check this restaurant out when you're in Swakopmund. This one was in Walvis Bay. It's called the Flamingo Villa Hotel Restaurant. This one had really good customer service as well. I highly recommend it if you visit Walvis Bay. Next up is the Koi Koi Guest House. I hope I'm saying that right. It's in Otavi, so this is on an actual farm. They even have a bee farm, so they make their own honey. I actually bought some. It's very good. They make other products too, and they do grow most of the vegetables served in the restaurant. The food has a very comfort feel to it, and it's really delicious. With the meat, there's also a lot of variety, especially with game meats like oryx. I think that one was eland. The customer service was also fantastic, so I highly recommend this place as well.
That's so cool.
I forgot to record.
Mm-hmm.
For the more traditional foods, I actually went to a cooking class in Windhoek.
Oh,
nice. The water is warm.
Ay, que fruta, let's drink beer. I'm off today, let's drink. Yeah. Maybe we are known for
Alright,
our beer.
we cannot drink. I'm so excited about this. So is this like a pap?
Pap? So you're gonna be mixing them, mahangu with top score, right? Yeah.
In here we've got our normal porridge. This is just a normal pap.
Yeah.
It's a normal pap. And then now there's a difference. This is a normal pap. This one we buy in the shop. It's not so expensive. This is expensive. This is our traditional Mahango pap. Ne?
Oh, wow.
This is the one that we plow. We plant. We plow it. Okay, then grows in longer sticks, like with little small meal pellets, small ones. I'm gonna show you through the process how we actually get to do this.
Okay.
This is not something that is processed in any kind of shop or anything. This is just from our village's farm where we grow this.
Oh, wow.
Only when we've got a good season. Unfortunately, this year we didn't have a good rainy season,
Oh.
so we can't also ask from the parents to
Okay.
send us. We are forced to buy.
Okay.
All right.
Filament.
And these are flour. This is normal flour that we're gonna dip our fish in with. And this is our famous mopani worms. You
Don't
guys
worry
saw
about
this before. Did you ever eat this
You have
before?
them in Malawi?
No.
Nobody.
Okay, it's the mopani worms. It's one of our biggest, greatest delicacy. Traditionally, it's a must-have. The mopani worms actually, you find them most commonly in mopani trees. They have a trend where they follow a certain mopani tree. You don't find them if we have, let me say, camel thorn. They only follow the specific mopani tree where they stay on, and they actually. I always tell people that they are tummy friendly because all they eat is green leaves. You understand? So if you are a vegan or a vegetarian, this could be a snake. It's actually very nice. All
A healthy snack.
Okay. And then this is our famous Zambezi cream. It's our penwater fish. When you eat it, I'm sure you said you know about it, right? It's more like, it tastes like muddy.
Muddy fish.
Smells like
Yeah.
comes from the mud, like from the pen. You know, it's not an Atlantic. Doesn't come from the sea.
Yeah.
You understand? So even if you put lemon in this, I know people will wash it with sometimes bicarbonate soda, lemon.
To get out
That's
that
not
mud.
that's the uniqueness about
Was
this.
it- yeah.
Because it comes from the river.
Yeah, so you're gonna
Okay.
have the river.
All right, and then we move over here, and we've got our traditional cooking chicken in here. We had to pre-cook. I had to cook it ready because otherwise we would spend time
Okay.
here. So it's a chicken that I killed this morning. So
killed it?
Yeah, killed it this morning. So I had to prepare it for you guys. I mean, every chicken is killed.
Yeah.
I don't eat lamb. I don't eat pork.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very picky when it comes to meat for some reason.
Did you eat beef?
I eat beef and chicken, but that's the only meat I eat.
Worms are like beef.
Come on, when you look at it like you're looking at fish.
To make this porridge, they mixed maize flour and millet flour. A lot of African countries actually have a staple food very similar to this. Some either just use maize flour or millet flour. In Malawi, we actually have a dish very similar to this called nsima. But it's just made of maize flour. Other tribes do use cassava flour though. The ladies teaching me were Oshivambo. This is one of the biggest tribes in Namibia, so maybe this is the Oshivambo way. So maybe other Namibian tribes do make this porridge differently. So I learned how to make this food the Namibian way. It was a great experience. I got to learn it from actual locals in Windhoek. I highly recommend this class when you're in Windhoek. I booked it through the hotel I stayed in, the 10-Bergen Hotel. They had leaflets. I don't remember the exact price, but I don't think it was over 20, I would say 25 euros. Had the food, it was great. Then we went to a local market where you can find a lot of the traditional ingredients.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh my god. So they got the flowers. They already got the
Everything. Dry spinach. Little fish.
Okay. Oh wow.
Okay. So with this one, when we make the traditional drink, I know that lady.
You know her?
Yeah. So use this for traditional drink.
Yeah.
You can use the bean. And it's the spinach, but it's the traditional one. The one she said that we dry and put in the sun.
Yeah.
It's this one.
Oh wow.
The salt. That's also a fruit grown in the north only.
Yeah.
Traditional drinks also. Good night, ma'am. I'm very well, thank you. Long time, yes. It's also one of my friends, it's her mother.
Oh, okay. Hi. Nice to meet you.
So if I come here,
Malawi. You're from Mozambique?
Malawi.
Malawi. So Malawi and then Mozambique. Yeah.
Egypt.
Yeah.
Huh?
They are not fighting.
Next door. Next country. There's fighting next country.
Only Palestine.
Yeah. Next.
Okay.
Yeah, Palestine.
Iraq.
Iraq? Iraq is far. It's quite
Yeah.
far, yeah. But they also
They're closer
have,
to Ethiopia. Ethiopia and Egypt.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sudan as well. They have war as well.
Yeah.
Libya, they have war as well. Yeah, everywhere around. But not Egypt. Thank God. Egypt is okay.
Thank you so much.
Here are the dry mopane worms. They've got this kapana spice. It's one of the best spices I've ever had. Honestly, why is it not in the supermarkets everywhere in the world? It's just so good. I didn't know what to expect with this steak, but honestly, if you've never had this, you have never had the most delicious beef in your life. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's because the meat is so fresh. It looks like they just slaughtered the cow behind the stores and then fried it straight away. It tastes amazing. It was so cheap as well. I think all of this came up to about 1 to 2 euros. One thing I just want to point out as well is the petrol station food. It's amazing. I didn't expect it to be good, but during this one trip, I didn't have enough time to go to a restaurant and have a proper meal. So I ended up buying some food at a petrol station and I could not believe how delicious it was. I actually recommend that you try some petrol station food when you visit Namibia. I also tried the KFC. I hoped it would be better than the KFC in Europe, but it was just as bad. You are better off getting some petrol station food, and I'm really not trying to be funny. Trust me, the petrol station food is good. Namibia is not limited to fresh meat. They really do have everything: canned meat, cured meat, and we cannot talk about Namibian food without talking about biltong. It's everywhere in Namibia and it's so delicious. Anyway, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.